tall, skinny, and white. Hey everybody! Welcome back to Motivational Monday! I'm Jordyn, and today we are going to be talking about the lack of representation in the fashion industry. As I'm getting more into fashion, I started exploring more and more stories and more websites, and what I see, I don't see any models that look like me, and I just don't see any diversity at all. If you go on their Instagrams, if you go on their websites, if you look at the influencers that promote their clothes, you don't see any girls like me or any different type of diversity at all. So today we are going to be diving into those websites and checking out and reviewing them and talk about the problem that I'm seeing. Because it's important to have different sizes, colors, shapes, height difference. It matters because people just want to see themselves in that clothing brand. To see the same thin, white, blonde person modeling all of their clothes, it doesn't feel good. You're not representing my kind of people, so I'm not gonna shop there. Those clothes are not for me. So first we're gonna start at Me.n.u, and we have some black girls and Asian girl. It's good with like colors, diversity, but the thing I'm seeing a lot is every girl is skinny. Every single girl on their page is skinny. They're thin. So as a company, they could do better. They can have more diverse sizes and height differences, tall girls, petite girls. It's not terrible, but they do need to step their game up with different sizes and heights and things like that. So if a young girl went to go look at their site and didn't see any models that were shaped like them, they would feel bad and wouldn't want to shop there because they're not being included. Yeah, they're good at like color diversity and race, even though there was like only a handful of different races out there. But I just think that they need to be more size inclusive. It feels like we're not getting represented, and as girls, as tweens, we're going through insecurities. We feel insecure already, and to have a brand that we might want to shop out not represent us, our kind, it makes us even feel worse. As a brand, you should have a site that makes people feel welcomed and included, and I don't think that's happening here. Next we have Jack and Pepper, and there's one black girl, and I don't see any more. So companies like this, when they put like two or different people of race, it just feels, with a bunch of like white girls, it just feels like they just sprinkled them in there randomly to be like, hey, guess what, we're diverse, haha. But it's not really diverse when you put two people of different races mixed in with like 100 white girls. That's not really diverse. And yeah, your clothes are super cute, but it just doesn't look like you make them for me. So here we have Habitual Kids, and they have the twin black girls, and the same twins, but it feels like they don't represent the dark shade of black. They don't represent the darker skin tone black girls. It's my shade or lighter than that. And I just feel like they need to be represented too. Yeah, you're putting a light skinned one in the mix of white girls, but still there are other shades of brown. They're just not light skins. I'm really scared to right now, like, making this video because I'm just like nervous to not hurt anybody saying this, but I feel like girls need a voice, and this needs to be said, this needs to be done. I'm just nervous to hurt anybody. If I do, I don't know. I don't mean to hurt anybody at all, but maybe these brands are not aware that they're not being inclusive and nobody's ever told them and I'm the one telling them. I don't know. I just think that girls that look like me, girls that look like you, and girls of all shapes and sizes need to be represented, and I don't feel like that's happening. So next we have Brandy Melville, and this is a super popular store, but all the same skin tone and all skinny. All the same skin tone, all skinny, no different anything really. Like, the clothes are super cute, I love them a lot, but just think about how this would make people feel. Like a short girl that's brown, let's say, she isn't being represented at all, and because they all look the exact same, tall, skinny, and white. Just think of how a chubbier girl might feel, or a darker skinned girl might feel, or a shorter girl might feel. Is this company just trying to leave them out on purpose, or are they just not thinking about it? I don't want to shop anywhere that doesn't have any people that look even close to me, because how do I know if they look good on me? Because if I just see this one model modeling everything and she doesn't even look close like me at all, I'm just gonna be like, well, that's just made for that one type of person, and that's not me, so I can't shop there. So Abercrombie Kids is next, and they have a bunch of different races and diversity. They have girl with red hair. I haven't seen that in any of the other sites. They have black girl, black boy, they have an Asian girl, they have different heights, they have a short girl, medium girl, a tall girl. There's just a bunch of different everything in here. This gives a more accurate representation on how real girls are, and it's just not the cookie cutter perfect type of things we've been seeing. But this has lots of diversity. There's different races, different hair colors, different sizes or height difference. They include a lot of different types of people. I would see this and be, oh, I want to shop there. I can see myself in these clothes. So here we have Forever 21, and just like Abercrombie Kids, this has different races, different sizes, a lot of different people, different heights. And see, this is also a good example because they show a lot of different people. They could have a little more color on their feed. It starts out really good at the beginning and kind of trickles away as you go down deeper. But they do have a really good size of girls. Like, they show tons of different shapes and sizes, which is really cool. And for girls that aren't just like sticks and super skinny, that would make them feel good. Now next we have Justice, and right off the bat they're showing tons of different girls. We have black girls, we have, oh, Demi, and we have a bunch of different people. We have curly redheads, and we have bigger girls, we have skinnier girls, we have tall girls, short girls. We have tons of different shapes, sizes, colors. I just think that they are really good at showing sizes, colors, heights, everything. I feel like there's companies that are good at showing size differences, and then there's companies that are really good at showing color differences. But then when we get to Justice, they are good at showing both, and I think that's really cool because they don't just like fake it, throwing like 2 black girls in there and, oh, we're diverse now. They consistently do it with shapes, sizes, colors, heights, everything, and it's not just 2 times, 5 times maybe. It's like the whole time. And Justice, I feel like it makes people feel really good because they're so inclusive. They show every different type of girl. And I feel like companies should take note of that and start thinking, oh, if we're good at size, maybe we should also try to include more colors. If we're good at colors, we should try to include more sizes. And if we don't include any at all, let's just try to fix it all. I think it's super important to be inclusive, especially for tween girls that are already having a hard time accepting themselves. So I just think it's important to include everybody so it doesn't make any girl feel down upon themselves. And you're a company, you also want people to buy your product, so of course you want to have other type of people, because if you're only showing the same type of perfect cookie cutter model, then not a lot of people are gonna want to buy your clothes because they don't see themselves in your clothes. Representation is super important, especially at this age, because we are already kind of not having that self-esteem already, and I know that we shouldn't rely on the outside world and companies to boost our self-esteem, but it kind of gets hard and it makes us think when we don't see ourselves in any of the brands we like or being represented. It's like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with the girls like me? Is there something wrong? What did I do? Because you're not seeing yourself, and it starts to make you think that they don't like to put models like you in because there's something wrong. A message to all the girls that think there's something wrong with them because they're not being represented by their favorite brands. There's nothing wrong with you, there's something wrong with the brands. Go to stores that make you feel welcomed and make you feel seen. The last thing I want is a girl to feel like there's something wrong with them because their favorite brand or a big brand isn't showing off them and they're just hand picking the same perfect model. And I hate to say, but a lot of girls do feel that way, but there's nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful in every rich way. There is something wrong with that brand. And to the brands, maybe you have no idea of how you're making girls feel. And if you don't have any idea, you need to wake up and remember that you're just not selling to one type of girl. If you're selling to girls my age, tweens, you really have to learn how to be inclusive, because at this age, we don't have a lot of self-esteem at all. So to see just brands not represent us, it can tear us down. At the end of the day, our worth is not determined on the brand's lack of ability to realize how beautiful we are. I hope that you guys realize that your self-worth is not determined on brands, and I hope a brand sees this and thinks, well, I might have to change. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, love you.